So we are so excited to be in Hamburg, Germany for the next few days. This is a very interesting city for a lot of different reasons, but one is that it is a giant port city. So many imports come through this area, and you can see a lot of the cranes and the docking stations behind me. This isn't even technically really on the sea, but through the Elbe River, this leads right into the Baltic Sea. So a lot of Germany's imports come right through Hamburg. Hamburg is a pretty large city. This is the second largest city in Germany behind Berlin. And interestingly enough, it is actually the largest non-capital city in the entire EU. So a lot of people here, a lot of things going on. For the next few days, my friend from college, who is also named Max, showed us around the city of Hamburg, where he has lived for the last 3 years. Our first stop was an essential Hamburg experience, according to Max, a boat tour around Hamburg's famous port harbor.
Steuerbord ist ganz einfach, Steuerbordleine im Fahrten. Anschluss eine große Freifläche. Mit vielen Parken, deswegen haben wir hier unten erst schon diese Rundflut. Ist der direkt von oben an der Mauer verschwunden und deswegen natürlich gut.
Hamburg is quite clearly all about trade. The infrastructure built specifically for the port is quite impressive. A seemingly endless gauntlet of gigantic cranes load shipping containers onto towering stacks. There is even a suspension bridge that is only open to cargo vehicles. Over 100 million tons of shipping containers were routed through the port of Hamburg last year. The scale and logistics of this massive operation are almost impossible to comprehend. The cruise ended with a look at the historic Speicherstadt, Hamburg's warehouse district that is now home to restaurants, museums, and a brand new concert hall with a stunning exterior. This concert hall, known as the Elbphilharmonie, has an observation deck open to the public. We decided to make that our next stop. So this concert hall is free to come in and just enjoy the view. It's kind of funny because this actually took quite a while to complete. The date of completion kept kind of moving back and back and back. And eventually people started getting really frustrated because it just was taking a lot longer than most people thought. So now that it's finally finished and now that we have the final product, everyone in Hamburg loves it, and everyone that comes to Hamburg loves it. It's just such a beautiful building. It's so amazing how it's glass on top and then the bottom is like the very specific color of brick that you see all over this part of town, and 360 view of everything, the ports, the city, all of the churches, all of the towers kind of popping up. It is definitely one of the best views you're going to find of Hamburg. So we're Our next stop was the Maritime Museum, the largest museum in the Speicherstadt, which celebrates the history of ships and boats and the important role they have played in Hamburg's history. So we still have only reached the second level of this gigantic museum. There's 9 different levels, but we are at the Maritime Museum here in the Speicherstadt, which is the area with all of the canals right by the port. It is so incredible how this city is just so fascinated and connected to the fact that there's such a big port. All of the stuff that we're seeing is models and explanations and examples of how all of these operations work, and it's just so fascinating to me that this is what makes Hamburg such a unique city, and they really kind of rally around that. This is the biggest port in Germany. This is where a lot of the imports come in for the country and where a lot of the exports leave, and it's just kind of the heart of what makes Hamburg unique. After a full day of exploring, some currywurst and beer was much needed.
So, Freunde, einmal die Gulaschsuppe.
So schnell, super. Ja, für mich bitte.
War das zum Brot dazu, Max?
Ja, bitte. Ja.
Guten Appetit.
No German city is complete without a Rathaus. This means city hall, and these buildings are usually stunning works of architecture. Hamburg is no exception. In fact, it may be the most impressive in the country. We even got to see the beautiful interior, where I was reminded of my favorite German word. The word for mayor is Bürgermeister in German. After a quick walk through Hamburg's shopping district, we made our way over to the double-decker bus tour, a great way to take in the whole city while learning more about the buildings and neighborhoods.
Der eigentliche St. Paulianer.
The signature red brick of the buildings in the Speicherstadt looked even better with the sun shining down on them. We finally got the clouds to go away.
Zur Zeit der Reformation jedoch wurde das Kloster ab.
Der Bach hat mich heute Vormittag angerufen und mich gebeten, ihn noch einmal.
Architekturbüro Herzog und de Meuron seilen vom Dach herab und putzen Fensterscheibe für Fensterscheibe. Den Störtebeckers durch des Scharfrichters Hand ins Jenseits sowie der Rund- und Handelszentrum. Versäumen Sie jetzt keinesfalls, lange die Sonne scheint und der Wind weht.
After a few hours on the bus, we were craving some Currywurst, which was quickly becoming our favorite German delicacy. Unfortunately, the next day we had to battle the elements, which was no small feat. We eventually got out for a walk through town, and also stopped at the Hamburg History Museum, which was an interesting collection of models depicting the city's growth and some very old artifacts from early settlers. As the day cleared up, we got to enjoy the Ausser Alster, Hamburg's beautiful lake right in the middle of the city. My biggest takeaway from Hamburg is what a noticeable role the water plays in the culture and lifestyle. Between the harbor, the Elbe River, the lakes, and the canals, Hamburgers love spending time by the water. It truly is the beating heart of perhaps Germany's most unique city. Hamburg, we can't wait to see you again.